Hello, friends, and good morning on this most potentially triggering day. I am Lucia, and these talks are sharing a little bit behind my comedic cult, Brava, Talia Brava, cult leader of the next generation. So, over a year ago, I set out that November 3rd of 2020, knowing that it would be a very highly energetic day, would be our Rapture Day home to her planet, Bravadence. And the beginning of this sort of wild experiment, it was highly leaning into the comedy, and Talia Brava, as my alter ego, was really about we're going home to my planet where it's all about me and we're over this earth and let's hit it. And I set the date knowing that it could be a potentially joyous or a potentially heart-wrenching or potentially anxiety-ridden day, but really not knowing what would come. And when I say I mean like Talia, like the energy of Talia Bravo, like set these things in motion. And then over the course of the year, of course, 2020 changing everything, giving us all this perspective shift completely. As Lucia, crafted this Talia Brava, we brought in Nada, dismantler of the hyper ego Brava, which is actually an opportunity for me, Lucia, to really share some of the true spiritual understanding and wisdom that I actually do want to share, but I feel too weird about just like coming out and saying. So all this to say, the shift from Bravadence being we're going back to Brava's planet, it shifted to let's bring Bravadence here to Earth. And when I speak of that very tangibly as Lucia, I speak of that in owning our sovereignty, in the fact that we can feel how we want to feel, we can create what we want to create, knowing that the external circumstances are still there and we still want to show up well to them. So my invitation today, as we look to this very energetic day, as so many of us on 2016 had been looking forward to this portal. We're like, okay, holding on to 2020 and what that's going to mean. And knowing that this day, November 3rd, 2020, is nothing like we could have ever anticipated. Can we own this day for ourselves as a day that is a portal into a new world? Because change is here and we can either lament or we can create. And I'm very firmly understand that the mind is almost all, and that what we do to plant that wellness and goodness inside of ourselves is always comes out as a gift to others. So my question today, and what would we do for Rapture? All the ideas, all the fantasies I had in the past about Talia Brava's like big show, big performance, big crazy upheaval, something ridiculous. I actually went to the woods today, and what came to me was just showing up to serve. So how do we each just show up to serve, and how is that creating Bravadence? So today, my service to you, the one thing that I can do is offer what I can do, which is hold space and hold meditation. So as Talia Brava at 9 Pacific time, 11 Eastern time, I'm going to be, hello, Razzie. I'm going to be releasing a guided meditation, care of Talia Brava, that is actually the final chapter of her book of Brava, which was intended to be written one chapter a month, and then shit kind of hit the fan. So the final November chapter of the Book of Brava will actually be this guided meditation. It's an invitation for you to go into your consciousness, really experience what it is to be in that sovereignty of creating. And then when we think about this idea too of like a planet that's just ours, right? Bravadence, versus bringing it here to Earth and co-creating it together, we are so intricately dependent. I mean, if you even to think of the cap, the system of money that so many of us have issue with, the greatest billionaire is relying on that paycheck, right? Like every single person's money comes from someone else. And if that isn't evidence to the fact that even in the most corrupt, most, kind of, you could have so many feelings of like it's wrong, there's still an absolute interconnection in the most corrupt system that we have going. So interconnection is undeniable. So that with that in mind, also I want to invite all of you to come who are in Los Angeles, 6 p.m. tonight, Silver Lake Reservoir lawn. We're just going to share space, and I offer the invitation if you have anything that you've discovered as like a personal thing that maybe you want to share it and make it a act of service and community. So for me, that's my meditation work. I also love to color, so I'm going to bring some coloring. But if you have anything that's been a practice that you've discovered or honed or just really leaned on over the course of the last few months, bring it to the park, and we're just going to share space and enjoy each other's company. And then, yeah, look out at 9 Pacific time, 11 Eastern time, for a guided meditation. I'll be putting it up here and on my YouTube everywhere for free. And it's just an opportunity for us all to tune in collectively and individually to what we want to create. So the future is ours. The future is what we put the effort into creating, and that effort begins inside. Thank you all so much. And, feel however you want to feel today. It's your permission to experience your life how you want to feel it. And to those who are out working on the polls and getting people to go vote, or whatever way you are drawn to participate today, keep it up. Good work. Thanks for showing up.